Hi there, everybody. I'm Jennifer Angel, life and business coach and professional astrologer. And this is my report for next week, which is the week of July the 10th. All right, let's get started, see what's going on. So also, this is available on my blog on jenniferangel.com if you prefer to read it. And stay around at the end because then I'm going to go through each of the individual signs, okay? And you can read that report on the horoscope and readings page. All right, so this week commences with Mars, the planet of action and motivation. Mars is going to be moving from the fire sign Leo. You know, it's quite comfortable in a fire sign. It has that sort of fiery energy, okay, but now it's going to be moving into Virgo, a much more cautious sign and an earth sign. So in this position, certainly you can expect to be thinking faster, particularly as a Virgo is ruled by Mercury, the thinking planet. So, you know, it's great just to capture like sparks of insight and really sort of come through now, and things that you won't want to miss. So, you know, pay attention, get ready to write it down. If you've been watching me for a while, you'll know that I use my notes on the phone to, you know, to write. I don't know how many I've got, hundreds, I think. So it's just a great thing to, you know, do because, you know, the times when we used to write it down in a book seems to have passed, although I know some of you still love to do that. So whatever works, okay? Of course, the challenge here with Mars in Virgo is Mars wants to like push through. There's always some urgency going on with Mars, and Virgo likes to just think things through, make sure, you know, Virgos are the perfectionists. So, you know, Virgo wants to make sure that they've got everything right, which means they don't like to sort of be, you know, pushed and put on that sort of urgency treadmill as such. But here's the thing, you know, anything to do with Mars, when an opportunity comes through with the Mars vibrational energy, it doesn't always stay around for that long. So, you know, if it's something that you think is going to be good for you, then you won't want to take too long with just making up your mind, you know. However, you also want to use the Virgo energy just to do your research and then, you know, get like the lay of the land, and then you can quickly decide, is this right for me? Is it not right for me? Do I need more information? Let's make a decision one way or another to move forward or just to let it go, okay? Now, at the same time, Mercury, which is a planet, the thinking planet, as I mentioned, Mercury governs all levels and avenues of communication, creativity. It's a very, you know, creative energy, and also knowledge, as in education. All right. So Mercury is going to be making his move out of the more sensitive sign of Cancer, where we've been, you know, getting into our hearts more, and going to move into the more leadership sign of Leo. So yeah, it's all starting to happen in Leo, right? So what does this mean? If you have something to say, be careful not to just blurt it out, you know, because you know, before you formulate your words, you want to sort of give yourself some editing time, some thinking time, you know, but at the same time, you can use this fire energy of Leo just to simply make a statement, like stand up and be heard. So I'm not saying not to do that. I'm just saying to try to edit it and just think through what you want to say first to get, and that's going to get you the greatest result, okay? Now, Mercury at the same time will be in opposition with Pluto. This is just before it moves out of Cancer, because now Pluto is in Capricorn. So Pluto's just gone back in its retrograde transit to Capricorn, and Mercury is right on the other end, about to move, you know, out of Cancer. So we've got this sort of axis here. And because Pluto is in a retrograde transit, then, you know, you can expect to be dealing with some things maybe from the past, you know, things that just feel like they're similar lessons. It could be the same sort of lesson coming up again, saying, hey, do you want to go down this road again? Do you need some sort of confirmation? Do you need some sort of conclusion with it? Or you know, or maybe it's sort of allowing you to gain closure, or it's reminding you, like, you know, you got closure on this, let's not do this again. You know, you learn from that lesson. And it's almost like a walkthrough. Here it is again. What do you want to do with it? Okay, did you learn your lesson? Okay, so it can mean a number of things. So, you know, be mindful of that. Now, towards the end of the week, Sun is going to interact with Uranus in what's called a sextile. I almost said sexual, not sexual, sextile astral aspect. Okay, so what this is just highlights opportunities and possibilities, you know, and so all sorts of opportunities can be highlighted and come through to you now. However, you may not have a great deal of time to think about it. Once again, there's this push for urgency and things that come out of the blue. And you've got to go, wow, that sounds amazing. Is that for me? Is it not for me? Okay. And as the sun is in the sign of Cancer, you want to use your intuition. Just ask yourself, you know, how does this feel? Because, you know, if you can't get all the data and the information that you would like to make a decision, then how it feels, your intuition, and that inner sort of guidance could very well be the deciding factor for you of whether you say yay or nay. Okay. All right. So get ready for next week. We have a new moon, which is on the 17th, like Monday the 17th. So, you know, right at the end of this week, we're going to start to feel that vibrational energy coming in, and it's going to be in Cancer. So, for the new moon, it's the sun and the moon in Cancer. So, you know, it's powerful. Once again, it ignites our intuition, and it's going to help us make some decisions, but more about that next week. All right. So I'm going to go on to the individual signs now. And, you know, if you feel that you would like some guidance, or, you know, things are just a bit cloudy or muddy in your life, and you want to like dispel that anxiety, and then go ahead and book a session with me. Also, what I'm doing a lot of now is the progressed chart sessions. And that's a very, very interesting. It just takes the astrology reading to a deeper level. It's a separate session. And because every year the moon will move 1 degree. And so guess what? By the time you're, you know, 30, it's moved 30 degrees, and it's in another sign. So it's a very, very interesting look at your chart and how you're evolving and progressing in this life. Okay, so if you're like an astrology addict, then you're probably going to want to book one of those sessions. All right, so go along to the horoscopes reading page and you can have a look at that. All right, so I do suggest to have an hour for those sessions. All right, so let's get into the signs. So Aries, right? You know, as work Aries, as one door closes, another one will open. Okay, so remember that. Okay, and remember when you're in the middle of chaos, which you sometimes are because you tend to take on too much, you know, it can mean that your life is changing, and it means that, you know, you need to sort of step back and think about what are your priorities. So, you know, when you can do that, you can sort of like you isolate things, and then you're open to look at what comes next and to look at it, you know, a little more seriously or intensely. All right. And if you're looking for work, then remember, first impressions really do count. So make sure yours is nothing short of dynamic. The other thing that comes up for you this week is just to enjoy family time. All right. So try to block everything else out and be present with your family. Okay, so Taurus, you want to keep your schedule flexible this week, Taurus, particularly family calls. I mean, it could be like, if your family calls and wants to chat, then try to make time for them. Yeah, I mean, it's not like you have to solve all of their, you know, woes or whatever, but sometimes people just need to talk it through, and you're a good person to do that with. So don't go into it thinking, oh my goodness, I got to solve everyone's problems. No, sometimes communication is simply just about listening. Okay. Now, if some of you are looking for work, you want to be proactive at self-promotion. All right. So self-promotion, you know, it's not always an easy thing. We all get caught up in that, or, you know, not all of us maybe, but a lot of us get caught up in that imposter syndrome where we don't think we're good enough or whatever. So, but you want to step out this week and just do a little bit of self-promotion. If you're looking for work, hey, here I am, this is what I do, and this is how I can help you. Okay. A creative project can get a boost of energy right now too, so follow through on that. Keep the lines of communication open. That seems to be important. And with love, it's passionate, okay? So, you know, just with Mars moving into making a move this week, then it's going to sort of put you in a position of meeting someone new if you're looking for love. And certainly the Mars energy is very passionate. So good luck there. Okay, so Gemini, for a partnership to last forever, Gemini, you want to look for an intellectual match. So, you know, all the passion can be there, but if you don't have that intellectual match and don't have that easy communication, then it's going to feel like something is missing. All right. So love, passion, and good conversation are all possible. And they're your 3 keys to love success. So, you know, you're worthy of attracting who and what you want in life, Gemini, but you just have to get clear about that. Okay. Don't just sort of, you know, be in that sort of hoping stage that someone's going to come along, and you know, you want to get clear about it and get active about it. All right. With money, be a little bit cautious with your money, particularly if it's a bit of a risky business. Is it, you know, something that you want or something that you need? That's, you know, a good way to look at things. Of course, unless you're a girl and you're buying shoes, then, you know, all that goes out the window, right? But don't take risks with your cash. That's the main point here. Cancer. All right, Cancer. So dreams really can come true. All right. But don't be in too much of a hurry, because you know what? There's more to come. And, you know, when this chart shows that there's more to come, then that can influence your decision making. So you want to make sure, you know, just get out of your own way a little bit, let things unfold, see what happens. So, and, you know, an inner heart-based realization right now can just change your attitude about someone. So particularly on a personal level. And when it's about money, just keep your options open. All right. See, and just see what develops. That's sort of like, and, you know, don't forget, if you went through and listened to the start of this report, you'll know that your new moon is coming up the week after, on Monday the 17th. So this week is a great time for you just to get organized, to think through your planning, your goals, and what you want, because the new moon is like a new phase starting. All right, Leo, so be careful not to be too impulsive about love or money, Leo, all right? So both are vital ingredients for a fulfilled life, you know. I certainly believe that, but, you know, take your time. So, you know, to attract someone special, also, you want to be present and you want to be responsive. Let things unfold organically. See where it goes, all right? And when it concerns your career, the changes that you make now can really set strong foundations for you for the future, and foundations that are going to like support your career and just support where you want to go. Of course, first of all, you have to figure out what that is, okay? So spend some time doing that. In about another month, you're going to have your new moon, and so this is a great time to sort of think through that. Now, Virgo, pay attention to your self-talk, Virgo, right? So, you know, you can't handle, you know, you really can't afford a negative thought. And in that sense, you can't really afford pessimistic people to take up space in your life too. You know, do a little stock take of, you know, the people that you are with mostly, and what their attitudes are. Do they support you? Are they always Debbie Downers? They always fighting like a problem rather than a solution? And, you know, if you constantly have someone who's got like a negative mindset, then you might want to just put a little bit of distance between you and them, okay? And when it concerns business, you want to trust your instincts now, and that'll help you just like cut through the red tape and just fast track your career. Like, you know, you're a highly intellectual person, so you want to combine that logic with your intuition, and when they both come together and say the same thing, that's your go ahead. All right. And, you know, incorporate new systems and routines. You're a big system and routine person. Is it working for you? Do you need to update that? Okay, so Libra. So with Mars and Venus both in your area of socializing and networking, so the connections that you make right now can be significant. You can meet people that can really, even if they don't stay in your life for a long time, they'll have something significant to contribute. So, you know, just be mindful of that. And, you know, if you have strong feelings for someone, well, guess what? Your intuition is going to tell you. All you have to do is take notice of it, all right? So powerful people can come into your life now and just help you progress with your career. So just watch the people that come into your life. Don't be too concerned about how long they're likely to stay there. You know, some people come in for a reason, some people come in for a season, or however that you know, saying goes, all right? Okay, so Scorpio, this is a positive time for business, Scorpio. So your career really like moves into the fast lane now. So there seems to be some urgency to get things done. So you want to be prepared to get as much research and homework done so you're able to make a quick decision and act, all right? At work, you want to, and with business, you want to show superiors what you can achieve. So there's a little bit of self-promotion going on there, or needed to go on there. And if your personal life gets emotional, just keep things in perspective. I mean, you just, you know, sometimes we don't know what's going on in other people's lives. So, you know, just keep it in perspective. There's two ways you can go, and you can, you know, react or you can respond. So take the later. Instead of reacting, just listen and then respond, because you just never know what someone else is going through, right? All right, so Sagittarius, so Jupiter shines on your health center right now. Okay, so pay attention to your inner well-being, how you're feeling. You know, your body. I'm a great one to just listening to your body. I have Sagittarius, by the way, and you know, your body will tell you how it's feeling if you just listen to it. I'm a great one for doing like food diaries and health diaries as well. So you know, that's a good thing for you to do right now as well. Your personal image comes under the radar as well. So, you know, you want to get that wow factor going. And, you know, whether it's professional or social, you know, make sure, because when, you know, when we look good, we feel great and it's empowering. So, you know, don't overlook your personal presentation and what you're putting out there. Stay focused at work, okay? It's like you've got an opportunity to move up and onward, up and, you know, upwards and onwards right now. So, you know, just be optimistic, positive, and you're the one, you are like, you know, the sign of positivity and being optimistic. So, you know, keep that vibe about it, because the changes that take place now in your personal and professional life can really like take you places. All right, so stay focused. Capricorns, okay, so Capricorn, don't let a trivial upset in your personal life build into a major drama, okay? You want to look at the big picture and you want to make sure that you have a big picture, because, you know, when your big picture and your big goal, your vision is bigger than you, then that's when all the trivial stuff can just, you know, sieve down to the bottom. All right, so you want to stay focused on that. Now, it seems like the commencement of something new at work. It may start small, but it's got a really good vibe about it, that it's going to build big, all right, and also return good dollars. So, you know, we like that. And talking about money, you want to learn from two things. Learn from the experts. How are the experts making their money? What is the system? What is the routine? What are they doing? How do they spend their day? And also work on your past experience. What worked, what didn't work. What worked, do more of. What didn't work, don't do any more of. All right. Logical, I know, but sometimes we just need to hear it, because then it just reconfirms what we're already thinking. All right. Okay, so Aquarius, romance is in the stars for you, Aquarius. So it's like a bewitching exchange can lead to something special right now. So, you know, you want to watch out for that. It's nice. Just embrace it once again. See where it goes. I seem to feel like I've been saying that to a lot of signs this week. Just like let it move, let it open up. Don't try to force anything. Now, business discussions can set the scene for success as well. So if you've got something new, you know, in your life that you're looking at, or a project, then a discussion can just move that forward as well. Now, with money, advice from someone close is like worth listening to right now, okay? So it doesn't mean to say you have to take their advice or act on it, but you know, listen, and every little bit of information that you glean, it's sort of like goes into your information sort of bank, and you know, helps you just make the right decisions for yourself. And you know, remember, like if you're feeling stress or, you know, tension, like, you know, a little indulgence is good for the soul, you know, so give yourself a break, do something nice for yourself. Okay. All right, and Pisces. So Pisces, right now I want to say to you, just be careful of pushing yourself to the point of exhaustion, okay? Take time out. I mean, you know, working around the clock does not help you, because it doesn't help your body, it doesn't help your mind, it doesn't help your business, it doesn't help anything, because you know, yes, I do believe that sometimes you just have to work that harder to get over a hump, but then you need to have some time, you know, aside, just some time for yourself, because that's when creativity is born. All right, when you step away, there's a reason why the reason why people get their great ideas in the shower, because, you know, they're not thinking of anything else. They're like in the shower, they're away from their normal day-to-day routine, even though that is a routine. Yes, I know that, but you know, so the point is to just step aside, give yourself a break, and let the creativity and imagination, you know, work its magic. Now, with a relationship, if you want to make a relationship more permanent, which can very well happen during this time, just start talking, you know, but don't allow your past emotional baggage to come in and interfere how you feel today. Just because a relationship went down a track that you didn't like before, you know, doesn't mean to say that this is going to happen again. Certainly watch for the red flags and watch for the similarity, but at the same time, don't get so caught up in it that it stops you from inviting love into your life. And I say this because Pisces, you're the most sensitive sign of the zodiac. You really are. So, you know, once you get hurt, it's sort of like stings at a really deep level, and you don't want to go and do that again. So, you know, it's like walking a fine line there, to be open to let someone in, not setting yourself up for the same heartache, but not closing yourself off either. Okay. All right. So good friends, good friends who stand by you are worth sort of, you know, keeping. So, you know, be there for them and keep that communication, you know, going, because good friends are priceless. All right. Okay, thanks so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next week. I do have some new courses. I probably should have mentioned this early in the stage, because love my Life Purpose Mastery 8-week course just launched. I'll do a separate video on that. Okay, bye for now.